I really work my off when I do these movies. That's all I know.
You must know Gatsby.
Gatsby? What Gatsby?
It absolutely is. This is one of the most celebrated novels in the entire world. It is the great American novel of the last century. And it's intrinsically woven into the fabric of what America is. It's all the ideals and dreams of becoming a great American. And here is this central figure, this mysterious man that is Jay Gatsby, that came from nothing, but creates his own destiny according to his own dreams and imagination. So, Fitzgerald wrote this at a very pivotal time in our country when we were becoming a great superpower, and he predicted in a lot of ways the stock market crash or the crash of the early '30s, and that's why it's incredibly written, and it's one of the most interesting, complex novels I've ever read. But it was very timely, and it's timeless, and it's something that, it's a cycle that keeps repeating itself in our country and around the world. We keep growing and growing with great excess and with complete disregard for the rest of the world around us. Well, Baz is a bit of a Gatsby himself in a lot of ways. I keep saying that, but as a very young man, he envisioned his life a certain way, and he wanted to create great art in his unique style, and he's done that. And I remember him bringing this novel to me, and he had such a great enthusiasm and passion for putting this up on screen that it's infectious. You sit in a room with the man, and it's almost impossible to say no. But the mere fact that I've known him for almost 20 years, I've known Toby for 25 years, I thought it would be a great partnership to take on this challenge, and it was a really rewarding one. I think we had not only a terrific time making the movie, but it was great detective work for all of us, to really try to get as close to what Fitzgerald intended as we possibly could. The decadence and the wealth that existed during that time period was just enormous, and to see Baz with CM recreate this world in only a way that they could, and to walk into some of these party sequences was just completely immersive. It's one of those situations where you wish you get nostalgic, you feel like you want to be back in that time period. But of course, you can't, and these parties don't exist. and so therefore, making a movie about it and being immersed in that world was a pretty terrific experience. I don't know. I really work my off when I do these movies. That's all I know. I mean, you never can really control the outcome of any of these films, and when you make a movie, it's really like giving a baby off to the world, and people either tear the film apart or embrace it. But all you can really do is really commit to doing the best job you possibly can while you're there. And if it does look effortless at times, that's because there's a tremendous amount of work put into making these movies.
You can't repeat the past.
Can't repeat the past?
No.
Why, of course you can. Of course you can. Well, I think we all have a little bit of Gatsby in us. We all, get nostalgic for a certain time period in our life. I can't connect to Gatsby in the way that I feel like he is this eternal, hopeful dreamer, but he's also delusional in a lot of ways. Daisy represents this time period in his life. She is this green light. She's this mirage. She doesn't really exist in reality. And Nick is the only one in this movie that really sees Gatsby and reality for what it is. But Gatsby's completely out of touch. He's a shell of a human being. So, my job as an individual is to try to get to as close to reality as I possibly can, and not be a Gatsby. He's a very tragic figure, a very sad one. But that's what was exciting about picking up this novel as an adult, is seeing all those little different layers and looking at Gatsby in a completely different context than I did as a youth.